Hey, it's Serge from Fan. So, I wanted to do this video before, but Tesla surprised me with another update. So first I got 2020.36.1, and just one day later I got 2020.36.10. And so we're going to have a look at the release notes and then do a driving test to test out the new features. But before I forget, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I release my next video. So, all right, let's get to it. Okay, so let's look at what's new. So we get the traffic light and stop sign control in beta. So you have to turn this on. I'll show you afterwards. So basically it's designed to recognize and respond to traffic lights and stop signs, slowing your car to a stop when using traffic aware cruise control or auto steer. So you can do one or the other or both. It will slow the car for all detecting traffic lights, including green, blinking yellow, and off lights. As your car approaches an intersection, your car will indicate the intention to slow down via notification, slow down and stop at the red line shown in the driving visualization. To continue through the stop line, push down the gear accelerator once, or BP press the accelerator pedal to confirm that it is safe to proceed. So the gear selector, okay, so you can press down this button here, the gear selector. No, sorry, this gear selector you have to press down. As with all the pilot features, you must continue to pay attention, okay? This feature will be conservative, slow down often at first, and will not attempt to turn through intersections. Over time, we will learn from the fleet. Okay, so you have to turn this on. I'll show you afterwards how to turn it on. Auto steer stop sign and stop light warning. So your car may warn you in some cases if it detects that you're about to run a stop sign or stop light while auto steer is in use. So that's also another thing that's cool. Now there's the green traffic light chime. So basically what that does is if you're stopped at a red light and it goes to green and you don't react, it will beep at you. We'll try to do that also. You also have to enable this. Now the speed assist improvements, so basically this is the speed limit sign recognition with the cameras that we were waiting for. We'll go test that out and see how well it works. So there's also a setting for that, and we'll check it out. And the cruise set speed improvements, so quickly adjust the traffic aware cruise control or auto steer set speed to the current speed simply by tapping the cluster speedometer. So that's this one up here. So that means you can set it by doing that. You can still tap the speed limit sign to adjust the set speed to the set speed limit. Okay, so yeah, that's something that I've really been wanting, is to be able to set it to the current speed. So we'll try to do that also. All right, so now let's look at the settings quickly. So if we go into here, autopilot. So I've already activated these, but by default, when you get the update, these will be turned off. So you need to turn on the green traffic light chime and the traffic light and stop sign control. So here there's a big warning. Basically, it's the same one as we read. So it just wants to make sure you understand how it works, because it will change the behavior of the car. So we'll activate that, and let's get on the road now. Okay, here we have a speed limit stop zone sign, and we can see here that we have this sign here that says end of limitation, basically. I think that's what they mean by it. So we're getting out of this zone, and we have the sign that's recognized. So that's pretty cool. Now let's get on the road. Okay, so now we're in a 60 zone. That's the camera, the GPS. So here we have an end of limitation of 60 limitation sign. Let's see if we can actually catch that one on the visuals. Yes, we do get it. So that's good. So now we should be at 80. So I've turned on the auto steer and traffic control. Okay, now I've been through this road before, and I think there's an issue. Let's see if it does it again. So we're still at 80. And there's no sign that says we have to change. And I think it got confused by this sign the last time I passed here. Let's see if it does it again. No. Okay. No, so this works. Okay, so we're still at 80 here. Okay, so this is interesting here. Here we're getting to some construction. So these are temporary signs. So we'll see if it recognizes the 60 here. Yep. So now you see my speed limit has automatically changed to 60. And so the car is doing exactly what it should, except that there we have the bug again. So now it shifted back up to 80, and there hasn't been any sign that changed that. So it's a shame, because it was doing the right thing initially, and then it went back up to 80, whereas there's no indication that it should, because we're still inside the construction area. So that's not good. So let's hope. I mean, this system just appeared, is very young. Let's hope it does a better job. But clearly there is a problem about if you get an indication with the cameras that's in contradiction with what's in the database, which one should you pick? I'm guessing that Tesla is not comfortable using the cameras as the reference, but we'll see how that goes. Here it still says that I'm allowed to drive 80, but it's not true. I'm only allowed to drive 60 here in this area. I think also that the detection of bicycles has improved now, because it seems like they catch them much further away. Okay, so here we have a 50 sign. Let's see if it picks it up. Yep, that works. All right. And now we have a temporary 30 sign. Let's see if it seems to show it. Did it read it? Yep. Okay, that's very good. So this is a case where before the update, we would have never had the 30 limitation. So that's a very good thing. And it seems to stay put on 30. Whoa! Crétin! Okay, so we're still in the 30 limitation. That's good. Oops. And you can see here the end of 50 limitation, which is because they weren't handling the, so now it says 50 and now 80. So that's absolutely correct. So that's a good point. So clearly this is working a lot better than what we had before, but there are still some errors, as you could see. There are some cases where it changes the limit when it shouldn't. Okay, so now we're still in a 80 zone, and we're going to get into a village, so we'll see the 50 sign here. And I think there is a 30 zone here, so let's see. Because the 30 zones is really the problem I had most, problems with not getting properly recognized by the car. Because it seems like the maps do not indicate the 30 zones. And I think this might be due to the legislation or something. I'm not sure exactly how it happens, because I think the 30 zones are defined by the town or the village, and I'm not sure if they're properly registered. So here we have a 30 zone. Let's see if it picks that up. Yep. So this is very important that the car actually manages these 30 zones, because you know, in a 30 zone, you want to make sure you keep your eyes on the road as much as possible. And at the same time, the fines for going over 30 and 30 zones go up really fast. So as the display of the speed is down here, I want to keep my eyes on the road. And so if the system now properly reads the 30 zones, I can just have the chime tell me if I ever go over the speed limit. So for me, that is a huge improvement that I really was waiting for. And so even if it's not perfect, it's something that I was really wanting since I got the car. So here we are in the 30 zone, and it's recognizing it fine. Now the thing is, if you start in the 30 zone and the car didn't know that for some reason, then of course it won't see a sign, so it will not be 30, it will be whatever is on the map. I wonder if we actually, maybe we should stop here, and I'll turn off the car. Not turn off, but just stop. And well, actually we should get out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stop it. Okay, we're stopped. It still knows we're in 30 zone. So I'm guessing it's probably going to remember the last speed limit that it was in, which would be really nice. So now that we have speed sign recognition in the car, that means that all the temporary speed limits, I mean, it should work, but it didn't in this case. They should work properly, but maybe they'll fix that. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we have an end of speed limitation here. So let's see if it catches that. Yep, works fine. Of course I'm going pretty slow here, but that's normal because I'm supposed to. Now we're at 50. Yeah, that's a weird warning because there was nowhere near them. I guess I didn't recognize the fact that there was a sidewalk. Alright, still 50, which is correct. Okay, and here we'll have the sign that tells us it's the end of speed sign limitation. I mean of the 50 limitation. And we also have to stop here. So did it catch it? Yes, good. So yeah, this is a good example. Here I think we are in the 60 limitation zone. So what speed is it going to give us now? So it's still giving us 50. It's as if it ignored. Oh no, it's giving us 80. So this is actually wrong because as we got into this zone, it was a 60 zone. So let's try the setting of the speed. So I want to set it at 50 here. So the speed limit is 80 here. If I would have done this before, it would go to 80 immediately. Let's do that. So you see it goes, but I'm going to set it now. Yeah, you see. So now it's set it to 48, which was the thing. So now we have the end of 60 here. Let's see if it picks it up. Yeah, it displays it at an 80, which is correct. But now it still says 60. That's weird. Okay, something's weird. Yeah, so clearly there's some problem still. Because it did see the sign, but it probably didn't read it right. So now I am supposed to be able to drive. So here it set it at 60. I wanted to go to 73, and there we go. Oh, no, now I changed it again. Okay, let's drive faster, and let's tap the speedometer. Yeah, it sets it to 75. But then it goes back to 60. Okay, there is a problem here because it should not bring it back down to. Okay, so that's an issue. They will have to fix that because I want it to stay. And so that means that as long as I'm okay, I think what I need to do in this case, I just need to set it like this. And it should stay. Yeah, if I'm not unnoticed here, it will not bring down the speed. But this is wrong. This shouldn't be 60 here, so I don't know what's going on. So I think one of the issues here is if it misreads a panel, it will then stay in that speed. So that could be an issue for the system. So they have to improve the speed recognition, otherwise it won't work properly. Okay, so here we'll have a sign that says 60. Let's see if it picks that up. A little bit late, but it did. And here the sign is only on the left and pretty far up. So I'm not sure if it's going to see that one. Yes, it did. Okay. So it's pretty good. Okay, now we're gonna go to some traffic lights to test the second part of the update. Okay, so here it says stopping for control in 75 meters. So I'm just gonna press here to tell it to go. So that works. So it says even for a green light, it will do that. So here I'm gonna have to take it out of auto steer because otherwise it will go on the left lane. I think they still haven't figured that out. The way to continue forward is to go in the right lane. So that unfortunately. So here it says, oh wow, that was really early. So we just confirmed it. I'm just gonna tell it to. So it sees it as. Oh, now you see, that's wrong. It saw it as red, but it was actually green. One thing that was amazing is how far it saw the traffic light. It saw it well in advance. So I'm guessing it's using maps for that, because I don't think it could see it. So here it says, oh yeah, there's a red light. Wow, it saw that. And it's gonna stop, which is exactly what we want. Okay.
And somebody's dropping off.
Oh yeah, so now it's the light is green. And now let's say that we want to continue, but there's a car in front of us, so we can't. All right, so that's working well. Will I continue now? Yeah. So let's tell it to continue. All right, so I see how this works now. Whoa, what was that?
I think it was for the car.
Well, there was a guy with his bicycle that was kind of in the way. So now we're going to go up here where we have more traffic lights. And I'm going to set the speed to 50. So this is a traffic light that's just, okay, so here it said it will stop for 200 meters. So we're going to tell it to continue. Okay. So it seems like it asks a few times, but all right, so that was good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good how it works right now. So the whole idea of this is that you should not have to, okay, so now it's just going to stop for traffic light.
I know which color is going to be red.
So it depends on the color. Yeah, it doesn't show the color yet. So when can I read it? Because now it's turning. Oh wow, that was early. And now it's red. So is it going to stop? And is it going to stop in the right position?
No.
Yes, very nice. That's perfect.
And now let's just imagine we do.
Okay, let's see if it starts all by itself now, or if we have to do something about it. And there's a lot of bicycles that it's detecting properly. And now it's green. And let's continue. Okay. So that worked. Did you hear the chime? There was a chime that told us that the light was green, which is also something new. So here it talks about traffic light, but we're just it's not blinking the way it was blinking, so that's good. We have quite a few traffic lights now here. I'm going to take over here because we're going through construction, but we're going to reactivate here and see how it goes through these lights. So far I'm pretty impressed. I think it works better than what I was expecting it to. So here, stopping for traffic control lights in 100 meters. So we're going to tell it can continue. So these green lights are pretty cool. So here I'm really driving. So here it says stopping for green lights in 100 meters. So here we have a lot of lights. So this is a very good test on this road. Plus it's a pretty straight road and pretty simple. Oh, the light went to, okay, you can continue through this one. Okay, so here we're gonna have it slow down and it's gonna say it's gonna stop. So.
That guy is a jerk.
Well, that wasn't very. Okay, so stopping for traffic control in 50 meters, but it's red. So far, it's pretty good at getting the status of lights. Let's see if, so it's green now. Let's tell it to continue.
Somebody a jerk and also what?
So I think what the Tesla is trying to figure out is, as we're telling it to confirm, I think it's trying to figure out which light corresponds to which lane, and they're probably using that to train the system. So now we're just going to go back the way we came and do those lights all over again. Okay, so we're going to put it in. So it's going to say it's going to stop here. So now there's one that's red and the other that's green. Is it going to listen to the green one? Oh, it's being careful. It slowed down a little bit. That's interesting. Okay, here, next one. So, no, I don't want to continue because it's red.
I know, it's becoming. Slow down!
Don't worry, it's going to do it. So here I have to tell it to continue.
I don't want to die.
I'm being careful. I'm taking. So here there's another red light. And it's slowing down and it's asking me if I want to continue. I'll say yes. And now there's a red light after this one. So as you can see, this is a really good test because we have so many lights. And we can tell it to continue because it changed to green. So it's working pretty well, I must say. Okay, so here again, green light. Is it gonna change?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell it can go.
I saw the Fiat 500.
Okay, again another green light. And so far, we're gonna wait until we're closer to confirm that we want to go through, because this one could change pretty fast. So here we're gonna just tell it to go. The next one, we tell it again to go, because otherwise it starts slowing down. Here there's a car in front of us. Let's tell it to go. So it's working pretty well so far.
You're very.
Yeah, it's very careful. It's here it let that car pass by. So I'm pretty impressed by how safely the system is behaving. Here it's very confused. You can see it's hesitating on the status. I'm going to tell it to continue. It's asking me again. Okay, so we have another. I'm going to set the speed to 50 here. So again, it detects the traffic light really early. I'm really impressed at how quickly it detects them, and it's supposed to stop here.
Brake.
So it's braking.
Wow, that's a good brake.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And now the light, it has changed, so we're going to tell it to go. So this line is always your reference, basically. You need to change that line from one color to the other. Okay, now we're going to go downtown Nyon, and this has a lot of traffic lights that are kind of confusing. So here it says it's going to stop for the traffic light. Is it actually going to stop on a blinking light? I think so, yeah. So if I want to go through, let's see, there's nobody behind me. Yeah, it's going to stop. So I'm telling it to continue through. Here there's a roundabout.
And he just cut
So yeah, but the car slowed down perfectly. And here we're going to go this way.
And here is the
So we're going to, yeah. So here there's a lot of blinking lights. So here it's going to say it's going to stop for it. So I'm going to tell it to continue through the first one. Whoa, what was that? I think that was the guy that... Yeah, I think that was the guy that just passed the car next to us. So it seems like the car is a lot more careful for people around it. Because this is not something that it would have warned about before. So let's tell it to continue here. Okay, so here there's a red light and a green one. And so, okay, so now I can tell it to continue.
No, Porsche Taycan. Porsche Taycan.
Oh yeah, there's a Porsche Taycan, yeah, that's right. All right, so here it's going to stop for this light unless I tell it to continue. Okay, now, this is a very challenging area. It's seeing a traffic light here, I don't know where. So yeah, it's clearly using maps because there is a traffic light that it cannot see. And basically it's using maps to tell me that there's a traffic light coming up. So here what I want to do is I want to turn here and see if it detects the 30 zone. So I'm not going to put in traffic aware cruise control, but I just wanted to see if they can recognize the speed sign here. So you'll see that it's, yeah, so basically here there's a sign up above that is impossible for the car to read, and there's just a zone 30 here. So it has recognized that. That is very cool because this is a place where it would never recognize it. So it must have read the sign that's on the road, and you see here there's another one. Unless this was on the map, I'm not sure, but this is really good because this is an area where you want to make sure you are following the speed limit and maybe even below because there's so many people. All right, so I think that's enough testing and we're gonna jump to the conclusion now.
Yay.
Okay, well, that was a great update. Hope you agree. I'm really happy we finally get the speed sign recognition, and it's working decently, I would say, for our first version. As always with Tesla, these things get released a little bit early. The idea is to get them in the fleet so that they can then improve on them. So I have no doubts that it'll get a lot better. I mean, even the FSD preview is getting better every single time. It's recognizing more and more things. Still has some false positives, but that's okay. Now the new system for traffic aware cruise control, the way to set it up is pretty neat, but as we saw, there was an issue with a contradiction between the speed that it recognized and the speed that I was really allowed to drive at. So still is something to fix. I'm pretty sure they'll fix this down the road, but you might have to be patient. Now the stop light, I mean the red light and traffic light recognition, and that works a lot better than I had anticipated. When I was looking at the map and the way it was working and recognizing things, I was really worried that it would be unuseful here in Switzerland. But it actually works pretty well, and it's actually pretty careful. We saw it slow down way before lights. It's clearly using maps to figure out where the traffic lights are, so that's interesting because Elon Musk was not a big fan of maps, but you can clearly tell that it is, which is also a good sign because it means that it will be using maps for roundabouts, which was another thing I was worried about. So that means that yeah, we will get a lot of good features pretty quickly. All right, so let me know, what do you think about all these updates? And if you like this video, make sure to put a thumbs up. And don't hesitate to leave any comments in the video. And thank you for everybody that has subscribed so far. And of course, if you love one of these cars, and you better get one, because they're getting better all the time. And really, these last updates have been some that we've been waiting a long time for. So it definitely makes it even more convincing to buy this car, and including FSD. So if you want to buy one of these cars, make sure to use a referral code, because you'll get 1,500 kilometers of free supercharger electricity. And if you use mine, so will I. So thank you so much for everybody who's done it already. Really appreciate it. And looking forward to Battery Day. It's just about 10 days from now, and we'll see what's announced. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.